Well, on Capitol Hill over the next 2 weeks, they will burn the midnight oil in the Senate Judiciary Committee, getting ready for the confirmation hearing for Judge Amy Coney Barrett to replace Ruth Bader Ginsburg on the High Court. We bring back John Malcolm, Vice President of the Institute for Constitutional Government at the Heritage Foundation, and a former Deputy Assistant Attorney General, and Greg Nzada, former Chief Nominations Counsel to the Senate Judiciary Committee. Gents, appreciate it sticking with us. We've heard from both Tim Kaine and Dick Durbin sort of the two lines of attack on Amy Coney Barrett from a judicial standpoint, one being about Obamacare, the other being about her views on abortion. Greg, first to you as it relates to the abortion issue. How does she walk this tightrope of Roe versus Wade being precedent, but also being true to her personal faith, but at the same time giving this nod to the textualists and the conservatives who clearly want judges that are going to overturn Roe v. Wade?
Well, she'll have to be careful and follow the course that Ginsburg followed herself in her hearing, and be careful to not give any kind of forecasts or promises about how she'll rule. But this is something she's going to be prepared for. Literally every Republican nominee has to meet this attack that they're going to overturn Roe versus Wade or they're going to outlaw abortion. She's got a record. She's got a record that shows she actually does believe in respecting precedent in certain circumstances, and she could explain that. And she's got a couple of decisions that touch on the abortion issue, which they will ask her to discuss. I think both of those cases are resolved on pretty narrow legal questions that she can explain in detail, and I think take some of the sting out of that hyperbole and the expected attacks from the left.
Yeah, we had on a surrogate from the Biden campaign earlier who was making that attack exactly and sort of talking about the poll numbers as it relates to Roe. John, we even heard from the former vice president as it related to Obamacare and saying Amy Coney Barrett wants to overturn Obamacare. This is not the time to nominate somebody who is going to start taking away pre-existing conditions. Forget what people think about politically about things. When you start talking about people's health care, they get worried, understandably.
Yeah, no, look, I get that, but that's pure fear-mongering. I have no idea what Amy Coney Barrett thinks about Obamacare, whether she likes it or doesn't like it. She's not a legislator. She didn't pass Obamacare, and if there are problems with Obamacare, she won't be involved in fixing it. She certainly will not comment on a pending case, and there is a pending case, and each one of these cases has their own set of unique legal issues. So even though she may have criticized Chief Justice Roberts' opinion in the first Obamacare case, the legal issues are totally different than the one pending before the court.
Yeah, and of course, the elephant in the room might just be what happens after the election if the Supreme Court has to rule on something as it relates to the election, who the next president might be. Greg, John, appreciate your all's time here this morning, an early morning, and I know you guys got a busy couple of weeks ahead as you comment on the confirmation hearings that are coming up. Gentlemen, thank you.